Has it been abnormally cold, like record breaking cold, the same way we have record breaking heat? Yes. But to the people who keep going, like, it is so cold outside, when I encounter them, I just want to be like, yeah, winter be wintering. I'm just not that person to go like, it is so cold outside. I just write it out, and if there's something particularly different about the way that it is cold, say, oh, it is winding, oh, it is freeze raining, something like that, sure, I may comment on it. But to just say it's cold because it's like below 50 degrees, I just think that's stupid commentary. Stressless, oh, it's segmented. Go hiking. Research good nature spots near you and follow a trail. This, if you guys remember, about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. My years are so the same that they blend together. I tried that. I went outside. I even tried to do little snippets, like little nature vlogs. And it was nice because ever since I was a teen, that's something I have wanted to do. But I talked myself out of it, possibly with unfounded anxiety, baseless anxiety, but maybe it is based. And that is, I thought about things happening, things going wrong. Like, say, maybe I trip and fall, maybe a danger noodle strikes, or maybe I find myself in a path that something happens to it, just something happening, and me not being able to help myself or someone help. In order for me to enjoy hiking, hiking is one of those activities that I just absolutely prefer to not do by myself. And I have my reasons because I understand that things can go wrong. Most of the time they don't, but I don't want to take my chances with the one time it does, that's it. I don't have a plan for that. And I'm personally not that big of a hiker. I enjoy the activity of hiking. It's just that I'm super, super, very, extremely inexperienced. And that's why I prefer to have company. But undoubtedly, it is something that I have wanted to do. But like I explained in one of my past vlogs, I just can't do it because mentally, it's like an overwhelming force stopping me that I just cannot ignore. So I would rather just succumb to the pressure of I won't live life to the fullest, avoiding the hike, but at least I'm safe, rather than I want to do something. I want to go out and feel and experience, and then tragedy strikes and I don't have a plan for it. And here, because of the environmental pollution, environmental impact, there have been migrations of animals in crazy ways. For instance, bears be bearing in places they're not supposed to be bearing at. Like, sometimes they'll literally enter people's yards or be making it not necessarily in the inner city, but at least making it to slightly more urban areas. And another thing I've seen a lot of has been deer significantly inside the town too, inside the city, in places where I cannot say I had seen deered down before. That's something I'm also keeping in mind. And when it comes to the danger noodles, I have been seeing some of them run over on the road. Not recently, of course, because it's too cold for them, I would say. But I remember when it got warm, I was surprised by how many sightings my boyfriend said he had, and how some carcasses I didn't immediately identify as snake carcass on the road until he said, oh yeah, have you seen that snake carcass? And I'm like, where? And I'm like, you probably drive by it every day. And then I looked at it and I'm like, oh shit, no. There was that one danger noodle too that showed up in our bush, which it was probably the most harmless one. It's like an earth snake kind of thing. The one that it'll try to stab you with its tail even though it doesn't do anything. And I feel so bad because I destroyed the ecosystem in my bushes because I took some baking soda and vinegar and I sprayed the crap out of all of that. And when I tell you I got rid of everything, I mean I got rid of everything. Never saw the noodle again. Didn't hear any bugs playing their little serenades at night. Never saw ants. Never saw anything. So maybe after all this rain and winter that we've had, maybe that life will come back to my little bushes out there. But I felt bad because I just wasn't comfortable with that danger noodle. I looked at it as it's not necessarily a direct attack on that danger noodle specifically. It's if this noodle made it here, what is following it? What could follow it? So I took the preventative route and I said, you can't be here, and by extension, everything associated with you cannot be here either. It was pretty much the price that I paid. But no regrets. I mean, the good thing is I didn't struggle with pests at all on that side of the house. So maybe once it starts to spring out here, then I'll do the same to my back door just to be extra safe. Well, there you guys have it. That's it from me on this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know some hiking stories you have. I know that there are some of you in the comments who are relatively avid hikers. And share with me some of your experiences. You would never catch me hiking in places where there isn't a lot of shade, I would say. I like mountainous terrain that's survivable for someone with average fitness, but you probably will never see me in places like the Grand Canyon. It is way too far from me, probably too hot for me, and just too desert-like. I like for my trails to be green, just vegetative type of thing, and with the occasional body of water here and there, except for the consequences of water being around, because if I like where water is, other creatures like where water is, and I can expect to see things. But if there's trails that have like running water, streams, creeks, especially something waterfally, you got me. I love waterfalls. Waterfalls are my favorite landform, water form.